But it's the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by our very special guest, Ross. Pardon me, is it pronounced Bampfylde?
That's absolutely right. Bampfylde.
Oh, okay. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It has been some time since we've had a chance to have you back on.
Yeah.
Before we get into Chateau Obsidian number 3, would you mind taking a moment and refreshing the audience on your quote-unquote origin story? Like how did you grow up? What were you into, whether it be movies, cartoons, games, action figures, comics, and what were the key milestones in your life and career that ultimately led you in the direction of eventually releasing your own crowdfunded books?
Right. Well, I grew up in Cornwall in the UK, and grew up reading all British comics, the Beano and 2000 AD, progressing on to superhero comics from the US via local comic book store, of course, and I have always been good at drawing. It was something I've done always. Well, for all of my life, really, apart from a brief period a few years ago when I decided I wanted to get into writing. I kind of got sick of the advice that you get. If you're any good at anything, people will always give you some unwarranted advice. But I thought I'd forget that and try and be a writer instead. So I came up with an idea, and one of them was for Chateau Obsidian. I was... So once I realised I suck at writing, I decided to try drawing again. And in 2010, I decided to learn how comics were made. And I kind of taught myself how to do it. Got into some of the British small press, doing some fanzines for 2000 AD fans, Doctor Who fans, that sort of thing. A lot of unpaid work, but learning how to do comics myself. And when it came to about 7 years later, I was being made redundant, and I thought, bollocks to call centers. I'm gonna try and crowdfund my own comic. I've been listening to a lot of videos on YouTube about how it's been done. Your boys at EVS and that kind of thing really inspired me to get out there and do it myself. And first of all, I tried to launch Chateau Obsidian as a graphic novel, and that failed abysmally. That was my first Indiegogo campaign. I didn't set up the audience very well. I didn't have anyone really to pitch to, and wasn't doing a good job with the promotion. But so then I went back to the drawing board and decided to do it in 6 issues. And I launched the first crowdfunded campaign on Kickstarter 2 years ago. That was successful, and I got that done. The second one, issue 2, was done on Indiegogo last year, again successful, and this time I'm launching issue 3 of 6.
Nice.
And there we have it. That's me up to now, I think.
And what do you think the main lessons learned were between either funding through Kickstarter versus Indiegogo, or going from issue 1 to issue 2 to ultimately issue 3? Was it mostly a matter of building up an audience, getting your name out there, or was it even more than that.
Yeah, well, getting my name out there, building up an audience is all good and needed to be done, and that's why I started smaller on Kickstarter and to build up as we're going. But there's lots of other things that I've picked up that I didn't think that I would need to know, and that's learning about just plotting a single issue, going scene by scene, and putting things in certain scenes in certain places, and dividing a very large story down into 6 manageable chunks. That was a bit more harder than I expected, but I like a challenge, so I've taken it on and run with it.
Nice. Welcome, Bristolian Dave. All right, me babbers.
In Cornwall, we'll say, "All right, my lover."
Me lover.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's cool. And are you still doing everything? Like, in other words, are you like a man of all trades? You're doing everything from well, you're the creator, obviously. You're also the writer, the script, the pencils, inks, colors, lettering.
That's it. Yes, that's the way I like it at the moment. I have a few people in mind that I like to approach to get some variant covers done for some later issues. But other than that, I'm happy doing it the way I'm doing it at the moment. It's my baby, and I don't really trust anyone else with it right now, to be honest.
Totally understand that. Totally understand.
Yeah.
What is your writing style? I mean, did you not only did you teach yourself how to draw, but do you also teach yourself how to write and tell stories? And is it one of the things?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. My first attempt was novels, and I thought I liked the idea of being a novelist first when I gave up drawing briefly, but I wrote some god awful crap, really, and I'm not ashamed to say that. But I kind of where I lack the ability to set a scene with words, I can draw it. So that's how I come up with the scene. I see it first, draw it, and I'll come back to it once it's all done. And the last thing I do is usually to add the dialogue, because I already know what's going on, and I already know what the mood is of each particular scene. And then the last thing I do is kind of a internal Marvel method where Stan Lee would have the artist draw the scenes first and then do the dialogue afterwards. I do the same thing, but in my own head. So all the pictures are done first, and then I have a bit to drink, and I look at the pictures, and I listen to what they tell me, and then I write it down.
Yeah, I've heard about. I never formally read how to draw comics the Marvel way, but I've always imagined it might become challenging getting the artwork done first and then finding places to put the dialogue in the bubbles, because you might get really into and crazy with the artwork and then not want to cover it up with bubbles, speech bubbles.
Yeah. Well, I expect every artist is the same, that they find that they might put an interesting little detail somewhere in a panel and find that the letter has gone and put a speech bubble over it. But that's one of the things, one of the tricky things that I like about it is that it's a to and fro in between making a good bit of artwork and making an actual page that flows and looks good with the bubbles on it as well. So it's all good fun and great to see at the end when it's all done.
So you're not like the type who holes away or goes to some mountain retreat and locks yourself indoors and gets inspired and writes like hours and hours worth of content and story?
No, I tend to write and draw when I can at the moment, because I have a desk which is here in the kitchen, and that's where I work. And these days the kids are here most of the time, so I try to plug myself in with a pair of headphones, listening to some music and getting it done. But someone's going to start crying at any minute now. It's just I just got to stop every 10 minutes and tell the kids to stop killing each other.
That must be a kind of a challenge sometimes with the interruptions, and you get back on track with your the path your mind was going in, the direction you were going in.
Yeah. Well, my wife's here, and she will be very helpful when I'm trying to focus as well. So that's good.
Do you sometimes find that whatever music you're listening to kind of inspires the art?
Yeah, totally. Since I started drawing comics, I've been going through a very synthwave phase in my music. Kind of electronic music with a very 80s tinge to it, and that's definitely shown up in my work. I mean, if you look at that cover, that's a synthwave music album there.
Cool.
Lots of soundtracks and trailer music I listen to as well, just to get into the intensity of a scene.
Nice. Welcome, Lucifer Storm. Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening.
Welcome, Belzette. How's it going? Thanks all for joining us. And Chateau Obsidian 3, issue number 3 out of a 6-issue saga. Now, how long was the idea of Chateau Obsidian in the works? I mean, did you like envision this whole world and universe like many years ago, or was it just something when you started drawing that you came up with the idea?
When I was writing, when I had an idea for a novel, that's when it all kind of came together. It was probably about 2007 when I first had the idea. It was in a completely different form, and characters were very different. But that's when I drew from my own life, which had sources much earlier. For instance, there are certain jobs that I've done in my past that show up in the story. We're going way back to 1998, but so the seeds were planted there, but the story itself wasn't fully realized until about 2007, and it's always been knocking around in my head ever since. And it was about 2.5 years ago that I thought, right, I'm going to get this out there, and I'm going to try and do it as a comic, and here I am.
Nice. Are you, refresh my memory, are you a traditional artist or digital artist, or both?
Both. I pencil and ink on Bristol board, and then I color it digitally.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm. I sent you a piece of artwork, remember?
Oh yeah, that's true. Very cool. What was I going to say? What is your preferred software for coloring digitally? Do you use Photoshop? Do you use But
Well, I use an iPad Pro, so it's Procreate that I use.
oh, nice.
Nice and very user friendly.
Yeah, indeed. Hellos. Let's watch this trailer here.
Greetings. My name is Ross Bampfylde, and I'm the creator, writer, penciler, inker, colorist, and letterer of Chateau Obsidian, a fantastic new crowdfunded science fiction comic series now campaigning on Indiegogo for its 3rd issue. Here's why you should back it.
Okay.
Your eyes slowly. Yeah. All right then.
Okay.
That was the best take, the one with my little boy in it.
Music Praxis Magic Sword Remix by Makeup and Vanity Set. That's pretty trippy. It was kind of long, but it's really cool. And you showed a lot of artwork, which is nice.
Yeah, that's the story up till now, plus a bit of what's going to be coming along as well. So
yeah, I recognize some of the imagery, and I mean, you sure as hell have been improving. I mean, like, can you remember how long it take you to complete this piece, for example? You know, even the ink stage.
Goodness me. Well, I'd say if I was doing it from start to finish, it would probably been about a week. But because I got all this family stuff going on, and you know, it was probably double that from start to finish. And once I've done something, I've got to get it scanned as well, and something like that is really big. So I've got to go take it to the shop to get scanned, and but it's difficult, but I'm totally worth it. I love putting the effort into pieces like that to get an effect, because I look at that sometimes, and even I get vertigo. You know,
yeah. It's like, man, the detail in it. I love detail pieces. That's the cliffhanger double page from Chateau Obsidian #2. Yeah. And oh yeah, this kind of wow. I love motorcycles in books. And
yeah,
man,
well, there'll be a motorcycle chase in episode 3. That's the prelude to it there. Yeah.
Fantastic. This is a cool pose. She's got the goggles on.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even with this, I mean, you've got all these little panels on the, you know, these arms or these guns or whatever. all this attention to detail is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
Let's see. Balzette says, try iArtbook. Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
I've heard of iArtbook.
I'll take a look at that.
Let me make note of that myself. Hello, welcome Mario Blackness. How's it going? Yo.
Hello, Aria. How you doing?
Balzette is asking, anyone else lagging? Not to my knowledge, although
My video was a little bit, wasn't it? It was a bit dodgy.
Oh, okay. I noticed that when I have my streams open in YouTube, it always seems to be about 10 to 15 seconds slower than StreamYard. In life generally. Heal Lucifer. Welcome, Lucifer Storm. Guyman Helmets, says Balzette. Welcome, Greg. Hail. How be the stuffs? Yeah, streams always lag with others' play vids. Well, all right, me bebbers. Welcome, Anonymity. Good to have you. Yo. Hey, Greg. Well, if it breaks down, then there won't be an excuse for nobody fixing it. This chat's like all wrenches right now. Wrench, hashtag wrench life. Yeah, so you are at 549 USD right now, and so you're looking at you're at 26% of your $2,045 flex goal. Does that equate roughly to 2,000 even on British pounds?
No, that's £1,500. That is.
Oh, £1,500. Okay.
Yeah.
So your flex goal is based, I presume, like the cost of production.
Well, I'm a one. Yeah, exactly. I'm a one-man band, so it's the main cost is time. So and yeah, that's it. And then of course printing and shipping. So.
Yep.
Mm.
And it says 55 days left. Does that mean you decided to do a full 60-day round of funding?
I did full 60 days. Yes. I'm. Well, why not? You know, if I don't go into demand, I don't. But I'll have the campaign for as long as I can. Really. I'm really, pushing the promoting on this one, and I'm quite happy to do that for a while.
Cool. Yeah, I was wondering. I know some people do the full 60, while others do 2 30-day rounds of funding. So they break it in half to try and take advantage of all the little peaks and valleys. And I was wondering, since you've had experience with a couple, some other campaigns previously, if you've noticed any kind of advantage to doing a full 60-day of funding versus 2 30 days.
I just think it's just being out there for longer, just in case I don't reach the target. Just and get into in demand. That's it, really.
Okay.
But I'm pretty confident of doing that anyway. But I just get a bit nervous sometimes. So I thought, I'll just have as many days as possible.
Yeah. I'm asking because I don't really know myself, and I just noticed in Comicsgate there's a tendency to do 2 30 rounds of funding. So it's like after your pre-launch, which is up to 6 months, building up an email list. Then you've got like the spike of interest when you first go live. Then it kind of starts to settle down a little, and then another spike towards the end of the first 30 days, and then another spike potentially at the start of your extension of another 30 days of funding. And then it slows down a bit. Then there's another spike towards the very end when you're closing the funding stage, and a potential other spike at the start of in demand. So I wasn't sure what's driving people to do one versus the other. And it's just a curiosity on my part. Trying to understand.
Well, last time, in demand didn't work all that well for me because it was kind of leveling off, so I didn't make all that much money after. But so I'm just going to concentrate on the campaign, and if it goes into orbit, then that's fine. I'll do in demand. But if I'm quite happy for it to close off if I've made enough money to make the thing. That's what I'm looking at. I'm just looking at it realistically. But I would be quite, because I've got up to 26%. I'd be quite happy to cruise along until mid-March, when it will come to a few days before the end of it, and then I will bang out the promotion, speak to as many people as I can, and hopefully get it to skyrocket. So I'm very pleased with the 5 days we've had so far. 26% is a personal record for me. It's not all that big with regards to the rest of the campaigns, but I'm very happy with them myself.
That's pretty exciting. When you did go live, I may be behind the times, but what channel did you do your launch at? Did you go on?
I didn't do it live, but the first thing that I went on was the CG UK Junior. They may have a different name by now. I think they're having a poll or something. But maybe the bargain bin, I think, was the front runner. But yeah, that's where I went literally the day after, because I set the thing going at about 1 o'clock in the morning, just before I went to bed, and then I did a stream the following evening.
Okay.
And that was great fun. That's what I did. So that's
awesome.
Kind of become a little tradition for me, is to set the thing going, and then off to bed and see how it's doing by morning.
Cool. Yeah, because it always seems to get off to a good start when a creator goes and launches on a channel to help promote it. And of course, a bunch of more and more creators are now building up their own YouTube channel and building a following that way as well. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do have a YouTube channel to which the that trailer is linked, of course.
Cool.
So it's Ross Bampfylde, but I'm not too interested in that kind of thing. I to be honest, I don't think I have the voice for it, or the nerves, to be honest. But
right.
it's I'm quite happy to jump onto other people's streams, chat about my work that way. But
Nice.
I doing my own videos is would be even more of a time suck, I'm afraid. So and I just can't afford it right now.
Totally understand that. Bristolian Dave says, I like the story of this, and the art looks really good.
Cheers, Dave. Appreciate that.
Our name is
fellow West Country guy.
Our name is not quite decided yet. We're getting there slowly. What? You're not going with tea and crumpets? CGUK tea and crumpets? Oh man. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's got to be exciting being a creator and seeing your the campaign starting to get funded.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it's off to a good start. And like you said, this is a personal record, 26% within 5 days. So that's really sweet. So like it says, it's the third campaign in this science fiction comic series. Out of curiosity, do you already have the rest of the issues already mapped out? Do you have it written or scripted?
Vaguely. I don't have any scripting. That'll be done the last thing of all. But I know what's going to happen, who's going to live, who's going to die, whether there's a twist or not. I'm not giving anything away. So I know where it's going. But the fun thing about it for me is the stuff that happens in the meantime, and especially when the backers will buy will get involved and get drawn into it, and because I still have one place left for a recurring character, and whoever just would buy that may send the story on another tangent along the way. It's great fun looking at it that way.
Nice. Yep. Oops. And drop this link again. So this one right here is the Chateau Obsidian #2, cover A.
That's right.
And Chateau Obsidian #3, cover B variant.
Mm-hmm.
Got her on the bike. That's pretty sweet. Blocking the road. And then you show some interiors. Nice, nice.
Yeah, those are interiors from issue 2, just allowing for a catch up on the story. So.
Observations on the grapes. More interiors. This is coming to the last pages of issue 2.
That's right.
Holy moly. Oh. Yep. There's that. Oh, yeah. And here's this image again. The really detailed one. That's really cool. Yeah, I like these.
And that last one is an image that was sent out as a print for the backers who signed up early. Just showing a scene in the park from issue 3 where Jack and Sarah meet up after Jack's on the run.
Yeah, that's a cool one. And is this literally all hand drawn, all the building work?
Yeah. I drew it, with a ruler and a pen, and
it almost looks like it was 3D modeled. It's really nice.
Well, that's just getting a hang of perspective. Really, it's tricky thing to draw. That's that is actually at the center of the spherical city, which you can see in the image that's above. See in this in the starship Mayflower, there's a big globe at the back, which contains a round city where all the gravity comes into one singular place, and at the very center is that park where Jack and Sarah meet in issue 3.
Sweet. Yeah, all these angles, these views are really trippy. And all the detail and attention you put into these buildings, pretty sweet.
Yeah. My 10-year-old stepdaughter is learning about perspective at school, and I kind of gave this. It said, "Yeah, one day I'm going to teach you how to do something like that."
Nice. That is so cool. Yeah, I mean, you got the big old cityscape with skyscrapers and stuff, and then you've got trees and bushes of the park.
Yeah, very, very quiet, calm park at the center of this manic kind of city.
Yeah, nice contrast. And then you go into some background. Oh yeah, I love Transformers too. 2000 AD is good. I'm not too familiar with Nemesis the Warlock though. Ulysses 31 meets Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf is cool.
It is, yeah.
It's really witty.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
For those who missed out on Chateau Obsidian number 1 and 2, you can choose the Catch Your Upper perk, get physical copies of all issues so far. Holy crap. Is that it? Wow. That's a hell of a steal. That's a hell of a deal.
Yeah. I thought I'd make it a bargain for people to snap up.
That's very affordable. Oh my gosh. No excuse not.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it the same price as 3 floppies, or just a bit more.
My goodness. That's cool. And then you've got
issue 3 might be a bit bigger, so I might have to put the price up after that.
Gotcha. So then we've got add-ons available on all perks for £4 or $5.49 USD each. Digital bundle, including the first 2 issues, is included with each perk. Yeah, man, that's a hell of a deal.
So there's no excuse for anybody to not know the story. I mean, they can pay £3 or $4 something to get the digital version, and they'll get all of the issues as well. And anyone who buys a copy will automatically get the digital bundle.
Yeah, and this is something that's really cool with your campaigns. As with all issues so far, you can have your likeness included into the story in issue number 3, either as a one-off appearance, for which there is no limit, or you can be introduced as a recurring character to also appear in later issues, including assisting main characters Jack and Sarah in the finale as they fall foul of the conspiracy aboard the Starship Mayflower. Be quick, as this is strictly limited to 1 only. Oh my. You could have a role play in this scene from Chateau Obsidian number 6.
Absolutely. I've just before I was decided to do the crowdfunding, I had an Etsy store where I would do custom comics and illustrations for people who would like to see themselves in superhero poses, dressed up as Judge Dredd, or in whatever scene they'd like, really.
That's a cool idea.
So I did that for about a year, and I found that I'm quite good at doing likenesses. So that's what I've included as well. And up until now, I've sold 3 of the 4 places there are as recurrent characters in the story.
Nice.
And I've got 1 left. And
oh my gosh!
yeah. So if you've got enough money and you want to be in a comic and you want to be an important part of it, then do so.
Absolutely. Holy moly. Bristolian Dave says this book is an absolute bargain. Dang straight. Here's a double splash page from the series finale in Chateau Obsidian number 6. Recurring characters' likenesses featured in this scene were snapped up in the issue number 1 campaign. Excuse me. Yeah, I remember. I really
That's right.
dug. I'll
have to. That one will be redrawn for issue 6, at least a portion of it, to match the people that bought it. They were just placeholders there, but I'm still waiting to do that. So that when issue 6 comes around, they're all very slightly different, but that's just the feel of it. You know that's I do like that artwork. Very proud of that.
Yeah, me too. That's really cool. digital edition, digital PDF of Chateau Obsidian #3 with issues 1 and 2 included. Print edition. Oh, is this literally a breakdown of the different
Yeah, that's
tiers?
just a breakdown of the perks. Just if anybody looked at the description first without checking the sidebar. So that's just describing what's there and what's not.
Cool. Print edition. Printed copy of Chateau Obsidian #3 with digital bundle of issues 1 to 3 included. £7. Variant edition of issue 3 with digital bundle included. £13 for the Catcher Upper printed copy of issue 3 with copies of 1 and 2 and a digital bundle of 1 through 3 included. £20 is the signed variant edition plus prints. Signed variant edition of Chateau Obsidian 3 plus 2 character art prints with digital bundle of issues 1 through 3. £23 is the variant plus option. Signed variant edition of Chateau Obsidian #3. Signed original edition of issue 2 plus 2 art prints and with digital bundle of issues 1 through 3 included. £50 get drawn in. Get drawn in. Also get the signed variant edition of issue 3, art prints and with digital bundle of issues 1 through 3 included. £75 get drawn in, plus original art option. In addition to being drawn in, get original black and white artwork and a signed variant edition of Chateau Obsidian 3, 2 art prints, and with digital bundle of issues 1 through 3 included. And then you've got the ultimate tier, £250.
Yeah.
Help save Jack and Sarah, limited to 1 only, become a recurring character and be part of the series finale. Also receive original black and white artwork, signed original edition of Chateau Obsidian #3, signed variant edition of issue 2, 2 art prints with digital bundle of issues 1 through 3 included. Also, for an extra £20, you can be included on a future comic book cover.
That's an add-on that's exclusive to anyone who gets that. So if they want to as well, they can be on a cover.
Wow, sweet! How sweet is that? What a deal, man! Cool. Welcome, not my monkeys, not my circus. Hail!
Hail.
Very, very cool. Okay, let's check out the visual version of the perks. Catcher Upper. Man, these are such great prices. And once you get fully funded, are you still going to have a little bit of money left over to?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. That amount that I've chosen is a good amount for me to do printing and to get it out and to be worth my time. So there you go, really. So I'm hoping for that, but at a bare minimum, I'm a one-man band, so it's I'm gonna do it anyway because it's, like I said before, it's my baby. It's what I love to do. So it's going out there anyway. That's why I chose the flexible funding. Is that if I come short of it, then the backers will get their books, because this is what I'm doing anyway. I'm fine with doing it. Even if I don't make any profit at the moment, it's just so much fun for me.
Without doxing or anything, do you work a regular like 9 to 5 job or outside of working on comics?
Not at the moment. I'm a stay-at-home dad. If we weren't in lockdown at the moment, it would be my wife who goes to work, and I look after the kids.
Right on, right on. Out of curiosity, since you are a one-man band, if you will, do you enlist the help of your wife to act as editor so that you have at least a second pair of eyes on it? Check for continuity, check for grammar, check for spelling.
Yes, spelling, that kind of thing. She's not a comics person, to say the least. But as far as words go, she knows her shit, and I run things past her. Yeah, so she gets in it, and then she gets in there and does that. Yeah,
and I love when creators have a featured perk, because it just makes sense to have one. I mean, usually when it comes to a featured perk, you're getting the book, you might get a variant cover, you might get some extra swag, be it stickers, buttons, or pins, also known as badges in the UK. Maybe prints. And this one will do all 3 issues.
Because it's the campaign is number 3. I want the first thing that anybody comes in to see is a chance to catch up. Yep,
which is cool. I appreciate when campaigns give late backers and late people late to the IP a chance to catch up. And
there are also add-ons. So if you don't want the catcher-upper, but for instance you're missing issue 1, you can add in issue 1 to the order before you go to the checkout. So any gaps in the collection, you can put on as an add-on.
Fantastic. I also like and appreciate when creators make use of the add-ons feature in Indiegogo, because it's also like on some campaigns there's all these goodies that I want out of it, but there are times I've encountered where I'll go through and find most of the items that I'm interested in and back that tier, but then I have to go through the campaign again and back 1 or more additional times to take advantage of it, because they don't make use of the add-on feature. And that also means I get hit with shipping costs multiple times, whereas there's a possibility the creator might have a way of maybe consolidating everything and mailing it in maybe a bigger package for slightly less money. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I'm a big fan of the whole add-on idea. And
works well. It's good.
And then you got the digital edition. In your experience, are digital editions pretty popular?
With a handful of people, yeah. I at the end of the campaign, I send out a Dropbox link, and people are happy with that. That's and they download it and read it. That's great. So I'm just happy for more people to read it.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. And you'll get all 3 issues in this edition, which is cool. Out of curiosity, does it end up being a single PDF, or is it like 3 separate PDFs, 1 for each issue?
At the moment, well, the last one I did was 2 separate PDFs, but now that you mention it, I that's quite a good idea. Actually, I might just pop them all together. Yeah, why not? I actually haven't thought of that.
Issue 3, the original edition. This is the printed one?
Yes, that's the printed one.
Wow, so affordable compared to so many of the other campaigns I backed. Man, yeah, this is sweet.
No, all I have to pay is myself. You see, so that's
right, but you got to
that's the
compensate
way I do it.
yourself.
You know.
Yeah, you still have to compensate yourself enough to, like you
Yep.
said, to make it worth your time.
Well, I take your point, but I really like the idea of it just being the around the price of a normal floppy comic you'd pick up at a comic book store.
For sure, for sure. How many pages is issue 3?
Issue 3 is probably going to be a bit bigger than issue 2. So from cover to cover, I reckon it might be 40.
All right.
But was and issue 2 was about 30-ish. So it's going to be a bit bigger because the story's getting a bit more intense as it goes on.
Nice.
Have more stuff to fit in. Yeah. I really want to get into the nitty gritty of what's going on in the actually on the ship, because to me so far I've done a few outside shots of the ship, but it could be anywhere, to be honest. But I'd like to show how the actual ship functions, how the actual starship, is traveling through space, and that's going to be a few more extra pages.
Yep. This guy is a Brit. Bag this comic now. Absolutely. Thanks for dropping links, mods.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, I like the ships you've designed. They're pretty sweet looking. And I would definitely be interested in getting to know more about how the ships operate, how they run.
And I like drawing double page spreads as well. So there's going to be a ton of those in issue 3 as well. That's that's my favorite thing to do.
I love double page spreads. So that's a match. So issue 3 variant edition is this is a physical book as well.
Yeah.
So the variants touch more, only a couple bucks. Then we've got issue 3 variant plus art prints. Yeah, those art prints were fun. I've got those grouped up with my collection of prints.
Yeah, you want those are the ones that you, of course, you got with chapter 2, but so they'll be slightly different for number 3.
Nice. And then you've got both covers plus prints, which is always a good one because you get everything.
Yeah, that's doing well, that one.
Yeah. And then we've got the Get Drawn In tier. This is like the visual cameo, right? Where you get seen as like
right. Yeah. You could be in the crowd, or you might be a walk-on cameo, or have something to say, but it depends on what they'd like. That's they wouldn't have any real effect on the actual story.
Refresh my memory. Isn't the one on the left a cabbie?
That's right. Yeah. She's cab driver. Yeah.
Sweet. And yeah, to be drawn in and have your likeness, that's really affordable. Then we've got Get Drawn In plus original art. Yeah, this is the stuff I'm into as well. I love original art.
Yeah, so you can get drawn in, be in the comic, and then have the physical page as well, the actual Bristol board that you have drawn on.
And again, this is the one where you just have a cameo. You can be in a crowd or what have you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It depends what they want. Really, I'm quite happy to put people in and make them a friend of a major character, or if they want just to say hello in the background, whatever.
Uh-huh. Sweet. In terms of original art, how many pages do you envision that will be available?
Oh, as many as I've drawn, really. So, but I given what's happened on previous campaigns, it's only up to 5, I think, that have done this. But so I'm sure I'm not going to run out of artwork. I'll quite happily send what I've got.
Because I mean, the book is going to be 40-ish pages on issue 3.
Yeah.
So that means you will probably have roughly 40 pages available of original art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, plenty to choose from.
And then you've got. Do you have you determined yet how many double page spreads the book will have?
Not yet. I'm still planning the kind of page layout. I have. I'm just dividing it all up in between scenes at the moment. I don't know whether any extra double page spreads will be included.
Alrighty. Welcome, El Gargoyle. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the eggplant.
Thank you.
We got some conversation here.
Lovely.
And this is the ultimate one. I'm kind of surprised this hasn't been scooped up yet. Being the story, just one left, because this allows you to survive until issue 6, right?
That's right. Yeah, and you will interact with the main characters on a regular basis and every issue until the end of the story. And as the image shows, you will be in that car, flying through the air to God knows what, really. Because well, I drew it because it looked cool, and I will find a way to make it fit the story if it kills me, because that's the way I work,
Oh yeah, of course. I love flying cars. That's pretty sweet. So it's $250 in pounds or $342 USD. Oh man, that's a hell of a good perk / tier.
Yep.
That is really nice. Yeah, everybody. Wait, what?
And if you notice that the guy on the right for that perk looks a bit like me, that's because he's my brother, and he actually paid to be in the comic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it does look like you. Now, are these the other, the middle and the one on the left? Also,
Yeah, they're the other people who paid for recurring roles. Yeah, we have Jilly and we have Frank.
Cool. Does the I forgot to check on your previous campaigns. Does the tier price remain the same, or does it gradually go up a little bit each time?
It's the same as it was. It's the same as it was. Yeah. I'm considering. Well, the next CashApp I do, God willing, that everything goes okay, and I'm doing Chateau Obsidian #4 next year. the catch wrapper will be a little bit more expensive because you'll be buying 4 comics, but
Yep.
as will the digital bundle. But excuse me. Yeah, everything's the same price. But if I don't get anybody to be in the story this time, I will have to probably reduce that price, because you'll only get to be in 3 issues, whereas the other people paid for 5 or 4 or whatever at the time.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I see what you mean there. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's one of those things where it's very tempting for me personally. But I don't have it yet. I don't have it yet.
I reckon I could draw you. I reckon you look good. Yeah.
I think it would be pretty easy to draw me. You just draw a circle. A big fat round Asian guy with oh my gosh. Oh man, that's a hell of a tier. So you guys gotta, you people need to get on that, and also get the drawn in tier. Man, this is such an affordable campaign. There's no reason not to back it. You're 26% funded so far.
Yeah.
On a flexible goal, 55 days left. You're definitely gonna get funded, no doubt about that. Let's watch the trailer again, and then we'll close it out. Replay.
Right.
Oh, all right.
Greetings. My name is Ross Bampfylde, and I'm the creator, writer, penciler, inker, colorist, and letterer of Chateau Obsidian, a fantastic new crowdfunded science fiction comic series now campaigning on Indiegogo for its 3rd issue. Here's why you should back it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You know, slowly. Yeah. All right then.
Okay.
Cool show. Nice.
All right, there we are.
Let's see. I stepped away and came back, and the only gay prawn music is playing again. Okay. I swear it's subliminal. Pretty cool stuff. This is a good-looking campaign. Looking forward to this one as well. I do still have to back it. Still trying to make up my mind which tier to go for. I have an idea, but still checking it out. Excuse me. I love your spaceships. I gotta say that. Especially that main one that looks like it's got a sphere and orb as the warp drive.
Yeah, spaceships, cities. I love to draw that stuff. Really, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's evident in your work. I love these pieces, especially the indoors under the dome, and then the solitude of the park in the middle of the vast city of tall.
But that's a nice way of putting it. Yeah.
And of course, you can't go wrong with flying cars.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome stuff. So we are at 549, 26% funded so far. Let's get more eyeballs on it. Back it if you can. It's clearly turning Dave gay. A lot of stuff tries to turn me gay. Never quite works, though. Well, that sounds like an alpha male champion to me. Alpha male champions. Inside jokes. Yeah, so back it if you haven't. Definitely a worthy book. And if you're unable to at this time, well, I think everyone should be able to. But if you're unable to, definitely consider sharing it on your social media. I am going to give you the floor, Ross. And would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Ross Bampfylde. Also, you can find Chateau Obsidian on Facebook. That's usually the first place where I'll put any new artwork and stuff. Everything will be as the story progresses, it will all come along on Indiegogo. But there it is. Mainly Twitter and Facebook. You will find me there.
Cool deal.
Yeah.
As usual, you'll find me on MeWe, Facebook, YouTube, under WyzGyz Entertainment, on Twitch at WyzGyz Twitches, Twitter at WyzGyz Tweets, and if it survives, Parler under WyzGyzParlers. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Mark the bell for notifications. Mark that you want all notifications, so hopefully you receive a heads up whenever there's a new stream or video released. And I wanted to drop some comments down below this video. Let us know what you're most excited about on Chateau Obsidian issue 3. Want to thank everyone in chat for joining us. You guys rock.
Thank you.
And you to everyone on who watches this on YouTube. And very special thanks to our guest, Ross Bampfylde.
Hello. Thank you very much, Wyman, for having me.
Oh, absolutely.
Great.
Pleasure. Hope to have you on again in the future. Let's close it out. See you on the next stream, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube translation. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.